Hello, everybody. It's your old friends at Monday Madness, and welcome to SierraQuest here
Woo!
on the Monday Madness channel. Myself and Neil joining you as ever, remotely this time because as much as we do love meeting up in person and having pints, we're not doing it for Sierra games. Uh, that's and there's actual reasons why we don't meet up. But anyway, Neil, the next game on our list is Quest for Glory, or Heroes Quest, depending on where you are in the
So
world.
you want to be a hero to give it its full
Uh,
title?
The full title, yes. I don't want to be personally, to be honest. I'm just far too humble for that sort of thing. But I do believe there's some people out there who would love to be. So full disclosure, I feel like honesty is one of our main traits here at SierraQuest.
Brutal level of honesty.
So I have tried to play this, and unfortunately, a combination of time constraints and getting really frustrated with the by the very old but very like well-meaning like mechanics and gameplay. I
I
just
will
like
say one thing: the constant sort of mental degradation I've found through the Facebook messages that you send me periodically every time you try and get through this game have just been brilliant. They're just
it's refreshing because like I've tried to make time for this game, and this game has point blank refused to cooperate. So it was a case of like, oh, I see our games are nice and quick playthroughs. Oh, this thing wants to be 3 hours long. It can have its shite. It doesn't want to be 3 hours long. Especially when you have to realize, okay, look, full disclosure, if you don't know this series, it's pretty much a precursor to RPG gameplay as we know it. So it has like a character sheet. It's kind of like I suppose like it's a D&D esque type of game, but done in the Sierra style. So it is a bit of a big deal. So we'll press play on this video, and then we shall talk why I hated it so much. So on 3, 2, 1, play. So first of all, thank you very much, World of Long Plays, for providing our video track here. So it was played by Jag of Troy back in 2016. So hopefully the statute of limitations have worn out and we can.
Hopefully, if you ever see this, we haven't reopened any kind of fucking scars or.
Like I was kind of skimming through this like yesterday, and I just like every time I looked at it, it's like there was like one repetitive like task being done. I was like, oh no, I'm glad I pieced out on this one. So
So we're in for the village of Spielberg.
yes, Spielberg is the kind of the hub town, if you will. Um, but here's some cool Sierra opening cutscene.
Funnily enough, Quest for Glory was quite fucking revolutionary. I'm like, we're gonna slag it off. I'm like, we're basically just gonna spend this whole video slagging it to bits. But like this was a like you were saying, this is a precursor to RPGs. Like, there's stuff that this game did that literally had never been done before.
And you can tell, like, in a nice possible way, you can tell because, like, this is such a different, like, because we had Kingsway before, and it's just like Roberta Williams having fun on scripts, whereas this is like actively trying to be a role-playing game. You know,
Yeah,
you choose
yeah.
how you want to be the
This wasn't
character.
the Williams one, was it? It was Coles.
Yes.
Lorian and
Uh,
can't remember the can't remember the guy's name.
there's Lorianne Cole there, yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll probably see the other one there in a moment. Corey Cole, there's your answer.
Corey Cole. Jesus, I wouldn't have guessed that one. Yeah, no, this was really like this was a fucking. This really laid the groundwork for a lot of things that we are so old hat. They're practically they're just fundamentals now, you know.
Yeah.
They're so old in that it's quite difficult to imagine that there was a time where people didn't have these kind of tropes to fall back on.
That's the thing. Like,
So,
it's weird seeing the tropes like develop for the first time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. So it did things that no other kind of adventure games did, and set the tone for like. So, for instance, it had a day-night cycle. Like passage of time was a factor.
Yes.
You know. So and the scenery changes.
Scene changes, and also what you can do in that time as well.
Yeah.
Is what I find interesting. Like, and even stuff like even having a class, like having different types of like character, like that is such a small thing, but it's not though.
Yeah, but what also good is that the classes aren't absolutes in that you can actually, like, if you're a thief, I reckon on this playthrough he's going to learn a couple of spells.
Yeah,
So it's not like you know the way in Baldur's Gate you could dual class or multi class. So that it actually kind of brought that in, but but it's so old. There's not actually a name. You can't. It's not. It wouldn't be called multi class until Black Oil came along with Baldur's Gate.
true.
But
Yeah,
this game was doing it almost a decade beforehand. And it was just
yeah.
crazy.
That's a fair point. Like because in this playthrough here now, Jack Troy has actually has picked a fighter one. I thought he was picking thief, but I was wrong.
All right.
But the thing is, you can steal things as a fighter. I mean, I know there's a section later on where you can just steal someone's shit, because there's a few opportunities to do so. But to do that, you need like your skills that you would have as a thief perfect, if you know what I mean. You have to do them right. So yeah, it's exactly what you're saying there. So yeah, this is Spielberg. So you can see kind of like where they base this off, in a sense. So yeah, it is quite literally your generic like oh, you're the hero in town, save us all from the evil witch type story. But in a sense, the story is actually not bad for the time. In fairness, after like playing some of it, but the gameplay is kind of where like is where it's trying to impress because it's so new.
Yeah. Also, this is the first game ever to do the sort of the thing that everybody would credit Bethesda with Morrowind, whereby your skills don't go up when you gain levels; they go up when you use them. So,
Yes.
for instance, if you want to beef up your magic skill, you just have to use magic. If you want to nick shit, you have to nick shit. You know, if you want to kill stuff, you want to kill stuff better, you have to go kill more stuff. If you get me. So
Oh, totally, yeah. And like I said, so like in my own playthrough that I did, I went for the thief run, which I thought like, and the reason I did was because I was fighter initially, and I just found the combat really bad, really hard to pull off, and I think partially is from my own like button bashing, which doesn't do well on Sierra games, like really badly. It gets confused. Like if you too many inputs, it gets confused. But that's just the tech at the time, and also that, and I think the emulation wise, the actual like enemies were too fast, so it's just like stab, stab, stab. Dude, give me a chance, So so I was trying to avoid combat as much as I could with the thief run, but eventually you did actually have to fight things, which is fair enough because like at this point like you were kind of that is the only kind of gameplay you can do at this time. You couldn't like be sneaky and discreet about things to a certain extent. So our first puzzle of the game, folks, is to buy apples. All of them. Fucking all of them. Buy all of the apples. From a half woman, half horse.
Oh yeah, the fruit vendor is a centaur. Yeah.
Yes. Which is slightly disconcerting, to be fair, but I mean, it's a progressive place, I'm sure.
Hey, were they horse apples?
They probably were branded that at one time, and then people were wondering why they weren't getting sold. I don't think so. Like I said, like this is quite a impressive feat in a sense because one, like it's kind of open world in a bizarre way, because there's parts of the map where like you're essentially this guy's weighed down by apples, by the way. That's why he can't move that much. So you're actually like encumbrance is a thing. But there's certain parts of the map where it's like you will get attacked, and it's actually this part here in the forest. If you start going out in the forest, you will start getting attacked by random creatures. Could be brigands, could be like trolls, could be anything really. It's all down to random chance sometimes. Which is gameplay they've tried to do before in other games, like in King's Quest. But this is where they kind of like made it part of the actual gameplay, if that makes sense, rather than just a curveball they do to fuck you up.
Yeah, yeah.
But which again, like if I was able to do gameplay, but the actual combat, I probably would have liked. But
yeah. Also, in this, you have to eat on a regular basis, and if you run everywhere, your character gets tired, and you have to sleep.
Yeah, it's pretty like intensive. Like like I said, it's a very impressive prototype for what would be like
hardcore modes in a lot of games. Yeah.
And like I said, this is what, like 1990, is it? 19, like even earlier, 1988.
89.
Crazy stuff. 89, Jesus, crazy
Well, it
stuff.
was initially dropped in 89 and then it was put out on CD in, I think, oh no, it came out I'm just looking it up here now. Yeah,
Because there was a VGA remake of all the old games as well.
yeah, it was put out in EGA in 89 and then
Yeah.
remade VGA on floppy disk in 92 and then CDs were a thing 2 years later, so it was re-released in 94.
Right. Which is again, it was a GTA 5 of its time, is what Neil was trying to say there. Yes, yeah, no, we can get 10 years out of this game. Fuck a lot of yous. Because why not? Why the fuck not? But like I said, like because we're like watching this whole playthrough, obviously we're not suffering at the time, but I'll chime in with my own stories whenever they come apparent.
Oh, is it a frost giant?
It is. It's our first puzzle of the game, Neil. He is Braugi of the Northlands. I like to think he has a Dutch accent. Parted with bleached flesh.
Or bargain with me. Yeah. Also, another thing about this game as well is that it does the Breath of the Wild thing, whereby you can just complete any of the quests in any order and go anywhere right off the bat.
Exactly, yeah.
Actually, not even Breath of the Wild. Fuck, you can do that in the Fallouts.
Or Oblivion, if you know the speedrun tactic.
Yeah. So yeah.
So the puzzle here is that the frost giant is hungry. He says like, "Give me food." So there you go. He wants fruit.
Give him all the apples. Here, man. I've carted like a small half-ton of apples here through a fucking forest.
I want like him to take the cloak off, and it's just like all apples stuck to it.
That's
like,
really weird. You refer to him there as an ogre.
yeah.
That's alright. He's a frost giant.
It's weird. Like he's not meant to be an ogre, but it responds to it. Weird kind of texting thing. I love that I do know that this playthrough also has a lot of the Sierra deaths as well. So
Nice.
that might explain the 3 hour cut.
Oh, we got a gem. We got a gem off him. Nice.
Nice, yeah. So happy days. That's our first puzzle done, and now we can actually walk properly. We're not like weighed down by fruits. Oh, hello, Mr. Fox.
Is he trapped?
He is trapped. It's a talking fox. Zididara is a furry. It's hard to tell from this angle.
Look, Fox.
Look, Fox, I can't help you. I'm a hero.
I know who.
Would you Would you help out an old fox? Would you mind?
Help, Fox. I'm not sure what you're trying to do. The Fox is asking for help, game. What the fuck?
You have to. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but when you're given the line, "Please help me, adventurer," and you go, "All right, then help Fox," and it goes, I don't know what you want to do here now. It's like, what? You're telling me, you're prompting me. I'm using your words.
So to say, didn't we get that in the last game where like we used the exact same verb to describe for something, and then said, "I don't know what that means." It's like, you just said it.
You just fucking said it, you fuck.
So the fox just gave us a clue there for, I think, what will be the final puzzle in the end.
Yeah, it's the curse of Baba Yaga, who is the main antagonist of this game.
Yes, she's an evil witch.
And she has Nick the Baron's daughter, and am I right? Something to a son. He had a son.
Yeah, he had a son as well. Yeah, Baron von Spielberg.
Yeah, she's done something to a son as well.
Yeah, there's like two. This kind of playthrough is doing a few things kind of out of sequence, but like if you're in the town there'll be there's a message board of all the missions you do need to do in the game, or you can do in the game for full marks. And two of them is to rescue the Baron's daughter, and then the Baron's son, basically. And they're both like two separate missions in their own right. But as you said, Neil, you could, if you wanted to, go straight to the beeline, take on the Baba Yaga, and if you can defeat her in one go, well done, you're a better man than me. But that's it's more of a case of like I said, from the adventures and the experience you get, you'd be able to beat her quicker. So.
Is he max pointing this game?
What's that? I know he's close to it. He gets close to it.
That's good.
I think it's not 100% run, unfortunately.
I don't want to stick around for 100% run in any fucking Sierra game, man.
I know, but we've come so close to 100% in some games, and I feel really shortchanged. It's like, come on, how come I missed 3 points? This is bullshit. I was following a walkthrough. I like here, do we
especially
have...
because you know a lot of the points are like timed.
Yeah, I know,
like,
that's
oh no, sorry, you missed this day. You can fuck off.
So there you go.
Here and take a rake. So yeah, we've to muck out some stables.
Yeah. So this happens every day.
Yeah.
Guy pops in and does a shift.
It's for your stats, doing tasks
and money.
Stats. Yeah, and cash. Yeah.
I love the music because it's just horse.
I like a nice Hercules kind of
training montage.
It's like I'm looking out them stables.
That's fair. I mean, you've done all my work for me.
It's been a hard life you have. I'm the one who just fucking cleared this thing out.
I'm standing here by this hatch. Do you have any idea how hard that is for me? Not very.
These horses, they act just like animals or something. Oh wow. I can see why you're in charge of the fucking stables, you fucking idiot. They act just like animals. That's fucking wonderful.
He's there like googling, are leaves horses? And now we have to fight Commander Riker in pitted combat here. Yes, it's a total fabrication.
Made it up.
We made it up. It never happened. So yes, this is something that like that in this playthrough is done kind of like every day. It like helps pass the time as well, in terms of like the raking as well. But for the sword play, it's actually quite useful to useful tool to actually do get our fighting skills up. So yeah, it's useful in that sense. And again, if you like for fighter, fair enough, you're already gonna have a decent base there. But if you're a thief, this is essential to actually survive the game. And away we go. So this is pretty much like happened like 5 or 6 times during this playthrough. So I said the other time, Neil, we're gonna have a lot of dead air to cover. So and I wish I was joking in that sense.